Getting better with money isn't about making more, it's about working with what you have. So in today's video, I'm gonna help you get better with your money. Being great with your finances is a huge benefit to life. I hope you're able to take something from this video to help improve your finances. So if you're gonna be better with your money, you need to know exactly where your money is going. So me personally, I started tracking my expenses. I'm not gonna say I sat there and went through all my expenses. It just so happens that my credit card app actually tracks my expenses, so I can see how much I've spent in certain categories, whether it's going out to eat, whether it's groceries, whether it's gas, just a whole bunch of different categories. I can see where my money is going, and then I can adjust accordingly. So if I see them spending too much money in the going out to eat department, then I can see that, and now I know that maybe I need to not go out to eat for the rest of the month, so I cannot go over that budget of whatever I decided the going out to eat budget is. So find an app that tracks your expenses, but with this app that tracks my expenses, I can see where I spend a lot of money. So I can see all the little coffee runs. I can see all the Amazon purchases that I had, and there were a lot of Amazon purchases, and I could just see that all these little expenses that I had, all these little purchases that I had really added up, which kind of inflated a lot of these categories and had me over my budget for a lot of months. Because like I said, all these little things kind of add up. All these little $5 purchases, $10 purchases, they add up. And before you know it, you're well over budget, and it's only maybe the 20th of the month, and you still got 10 more days left till the month is over. So you need to know where your money is going. You need to track your expenses. You need to be aware of how much you're spending in certain categories. You need to be aware of how much you're spending when you go out to eat. You need to be aware of how much you're spending on gas every month. You need to be aware of your finances in general. You just have to have an idea of where all your money's going. And to be honest, the biggest game changer and the best way to manage your money is by automating your expenses. Now, automating my expenses has literally changed my life. Automation has changed my life. It has made everything so much easier. I don't feel like I have a lot going on because my expenses are automated. My bills are automated. Let me break down how everything's automated. This might be a long part of this video, but I really need to break down how everything's automated and how beneficial automation can be for you. When it comes to my bills, when it comes to my phone bill, electricity, gas, water, any kind of bill that you think about is automated. So my way of doing this, which I think this is a great way to do it. So you get a separate checking account. You get a separate debit card, whether you want to use Chime, whether you want to use American Express, I don't know, whatever account you want. You just designate that as the bill account. So you have this separate card. Now, you calculate how much your bills are every month. In total, how much are you paying in bills every month? So say you have $500, right? So it's $500. So then you're gonna have $500 automatically transferred to this bill account. So you have your checking account where your paycheck goes in, you have this separate bill account. You're gonna have money in your checking account automatically get transferred every month to this bill account. So you can break that up. $250 a check. So $250 every 2 weeks is going to go to this account. When you first start this account, put in $500. You got to get ahead. You don't want to be catching up. So you put in $500 or $1,000. Every paycheck, you're going to put $250 to this account. $250 to this account. It's going to be $500. You're going to have some month when you're getting paid 3 times. Before you know, your bill account is going to be overfunded, and then you can just transfer some money to savings. Now the money's in this account. You're going to make sure that all of your bills are connected to this bill account. So you want to make sure your Wi-Fi bill is connected to this bill account. Same thing with electricity. You want to make sure these things are automatically paid. So you want to make sure your electricity bill is automatically paid. You want to make sure that your Wi-Fi is automatically paid. Your phone bill is automatically paid. And now you have a machine. So you're going to work. Your money's going to this checking account. This checking account automatically sending money to this bill account. And this bill account is automatically paying. It's automatically paying all the bills on the first of the month or whenever the bills need to come out. You can do this with a mortgage. I was doing this when I was renting. I was literally putting half the rent to a separate account every paycheck, and then I had my rental auto pay. I always have rent money, and I was living off whatever I left, because the most important thing is your housing, to be honest, because you don't want to end up on the street. So you need to make sure that your house is taken care of. Automation has really helped change my life. It's really simplified everything that I do. I automate my investments. I automatically send money to my investments, and that money gets automatically invested every month. It's really changed my life, and I hope that you guys see automation in the same way that I do. I hope you guys are able to automate your bills, and I highly recommend that you automate everything in life because it makes it super simple. And if you're going to be better with money, you need to build a plan that works for you. Some people like spreadsheets. Some people like writing their expenses on a piece of paper. Some people like apps. You have to find out what's good for you. You know, my personal way of being good with my finances is I have a set number of how much I want to save. That amount is going to be sent directly to my high yield savings account. It doesn't even come to my main checking account. I don't even see it. That goes straight to my high yield savings account. From there, a certain amount is invested, a certain amount is saved, and I live off the rest. Like I said, if you don't know, I live in a house hack. So the housing expense is super low. If you don't know, I have used cars. So the car expenses are low. So I live off of what's left. And, you know, I still budget for how much I need to put to groceries and towards gas and towards going out to eat. But me personally, I want to ensure that savings comes first because I want to use the saving so that I can go on vacation. I want to use the saving so I can invest more. I want to use the saving so I can reach my short-term saving goals. In order to be better with money, you need to shift your spending mindset. And this is something that has helped me a lot. And I kind of got this thing from Ramit Sethi. He's a personal finance YouTuber. And he basically emphasizes that you should spend money in areas and on things that bring you value. If you think about it, you probably can find a lot of things that you spend money on that really don't bring you much value or happiness. Maybe it's those Amazon packages or some subscription service that you're paying for that doesn't really bring you any value. Hopefully you can stop spending money on those things and start spending more money on things that bring you value. For example, I live in a house hack and I don't have a car payment. You know, my house does bring me value. It is important to have a good solid home, but the kind of home, you know, how old the home is, where the home's located is not as important to me as the investing piece or going on vacations or spending time with family. So I'm not going to put a whole bunch of resources or focus into where I live or into my living expenses. Of course, I want to make sure that my house is safe. Of course, I want to make sure I live in a safe area. But the thought of housing doesn't bring as much value to me as those other things. You know, same with my car. I don't want a car payment because it doesn't bring me value. I'm happy with the car that I have. I'm happy with the cars that we have. And what really brings me value is investing in my future. What really brings me value is going out to eat. I love to go out to eat. So now we can do that more often. We can put more money towards something that brings me value. You know, that family time. We go out to eat. We're spending time together. I sacrifice not having a car, which is not really sacrifice to me because it does not bring me value. So you can look at it from there. Spend money on things that bring you value and stop spending money on things that don't. And your spending mindset, it should change from month to month or year to year. It all depends on what your goals are. Now, if I have a short-term goal to save for an emergency fund, then I'm going to cut my spending down for that period of time, and then I can ramp it back up when I no longer have a short-term goal in mind. And another thing that you need to do in order to be good with money is to rely on systems and not your willpower. You don't want to rely on your willpower to pay your bills. You don't want to rely on your willpower to log into your credit card account to pay your credit card off. You want to use the systems in place. You want to use the technology in place. This is 2025, and we have so much technology at our hands that we shouldn't have to log in every month or remember when bills are coming out because it should all be automated. Like I talked about earlier, automation is a true key to wealth. It just makes life so much easier and so much simpler. And the last thing that you need to do in order to be better with money is give yourself grace and stay consistent. There's going to be some months when you're going to be completely off your budget. It might be a couple of months in a row. It might be for majority of the year you were off budget, but to be honest, we have a long time to live. We have a long time to budget. We have a long time to invest to our future. And every year is not going to be perfect. Every month is not going to be perfect. Every day is not going to be perfect. I go over my budget all the time, but I ensure that I'm saving the right amount. I ensure that I'm investing the right amount. But the budget sometimes is blown out of proportion. We might have some random month where we're just buying a whole bunch of Amazon stuff, and the next month we're not buying anything. Your budget is not going to be perfect, so give yourself grace. You're not perfect, but what you do need to be is consistent, especially when it comes to saving, especially when it comes to investing. You want to consistently invest to your future. You want to consistently save. Just try to be consistent in everything you do. Try to work your hardest so you're staying under budget every month. Just adjust and keep moving. And what matters truly is that you just keep showing up for your money. So keep investing into your future. Keep investing into your education. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next